Hello, beautiful souls. Today's class is going to be all about relieving stress and tension on the body. We're going to do some deep holds with some mindful breathing. So let's get started at the back of our mat in child's pose. You can bring your knees to the outer edges of your mat or together in a narrow child's pose. Just listen to your body as we start reaching our fingertips forward. Just slow movements. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, slowly lower your head down to the mat. Maybe your forehead can relax on the ground. Take a nice inhale and exhale. Feel your hips get heavier and heavier. And then walk both hands over to the right side. A nice little stretch on the left side of the body. Maybe pull your chin towards your right knee. Slowly bring your hands back to center and then over to the left side. Again, maybe your chin or forehead is being pressed against the left knee, feeling the stretch on the right side of your body. Then slowly come back to center. Roll up into a tabletop position, but curve your spine. Bring your chin into your chest, into your cat pose or angry cat. On your inhale, drop your belly down for cow. Lift up, look up. And then curve the spine, bring the chin into the chest. And again, drop the belly into your cow. Inhale. And then bring your spine into neutral. Put your weight on your left hand as you bring your right arm all the way up. We're twisting at the waist here, keeping our hips forward. Reach that arm all the way up. Take a nice deep breath in. Look up, twist, twist, twist. And then take that right arm, feed it behind the left hand, reaching the left arm forward straight. And then try to get your right ear down to the mat. Your hips are high, hips are square. Take a nice inhale. Look under your left armpit. Another option is bringing your arm up to the sky or wrap it around your back. Or just reach it forward. Always listening to your body, seeing what feels good. And then slowly come back up into your tabletop position. Switch sides. Put your weight onto your right hand. Bring your left arm all the way up towards the ceiling. Fingertips reach, reach, reach. Open up the chest, twisting at the waist. And then take the left arm, feed it behind the right. Slide it all the way through, reach the right hand all the way up towards the top of the mat, and maybe your left ear falls down to the ground. Take a nice inhale, exhale, twist, 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 reach. Try to look under your right armpit towards the ceiling. And then lift yourself all the way back up. Sit back onto your heels once more. Nice wide child's pose, as wide as you can. Make sure your toes are touching. Reaching your arms forward. Opening up the hips a little bit more here. And now we're going to bring our hands to prayer. Bring them behind our head as we bend our elbows. With every breath, feel your stomach fall closer and closer towards the mat. One more breath in and out. And then reach your fingertips forward. Come back up into your tabletop position. Flip your toes and come into your downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet. Push your hands into the mat. Take a deep breath in as we nice and slowly sway our hips from side to side. Deep breath in, push one heel down and the other. Feel your fingertips in towards the mat. Feel them engage. And then pause for a moment. Bring your feet maybe a little bit closer together. And then straighten your legs. Lift your hips up high. Push your hands into the mat. Lift those hips up. 2 breaths. Deep breath in. Let those heels be heavy. Push your hands into the ground. One more time. Exhale, maybe with a sigh. With your knees bent or straight, you can walk your hands towards your feet. So coming towards the top or the back of your mat. Grabbing onto your elbows with knees slightly bent. You could sway from side to side. Or you can really close your eyes at any moment throughout this practice. Feeling your forearms become heavier and heavier. Pull your lower abdomen closer and closer towards your legs. And then a nice slow halfway lift as you bring your hands up onto your shins. A little bit of your weight onto the balls of your feet. Have a nice flat back. Let's bring those shoulders away from our ears. Try to keep your legs nice and straight. And then exhale, forward fold. Bring your fingers aligned with the toes. Drop your head. Just a little pull in towards your legs. And then bend your knees, rise and reach towards the ceiling. Take a nice inhale. Interlace your fingers. Push your hips forward. Maybe a little back bend. And then a little bend to the right side. Feel grounded in your feet, strong in your legs. Inhale back to center. And then let both hands fall to the left side. Hips go to the right. Inhale back to center. And then bring your feet to the outer edges of your mat. Reach your fingertips up towards the ceiling, so separating the hands. And then big circle here. We're going to drop both hands all the way down. We're going to graze both hands down onto your mat. Drop your head. And then reach your arms all the way up. Complete that circle. And then switch sides. Both hands reach to the left. Dropping both hands down towards your left leg, center, right leg, and reaching all the way up. Very good for the lower back and the spine. Inhale, prayer position. Bring your feet together. Exhale, lower down. Reach up and back. Swan dive all the way down, forward fold. Drop your head. Bend your knees and walk your hands forward. Come into your high plank position. Just hold your high plank. You can pedal out your feet here too if it feels good on your hamstrings. Take a nice breath in and out. Slowly drop your knees down to the mat. Release your toes. Arch your back here before you go down, chest and chin. And then straighten out. Flatten out on your stomach. On your next inhale, push your hands into the mat and lift up for your cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Push your feet and your legs in towards the mat. Squeeze your glutes. And then try to hover your hands. So we're bringing our elbows back, feeling this beautiful strengthening pose in our lower and upper back. Exhale, lower. And then push your hands in to the mat. Lift up to your upward facing dog. So now we're lifting our hips off of the mat. And just a little bit of movement here by peeking over your right shoulder. Slowly peek over your left shoulder. And again, peeking over your right. Feeling this nice stretch in the left psoas muscles and then the right. Back to center, shoulders away from the ears, really pushing your hands in towards the ground. And then tuck your toes, bend your knees, slowly bring your hips up nice and high for your downward facing dog. Feet can be together or apart. You can create some movement with your feet. Or just take a few breaths in stillness. Deep breath in and out. And then slowly drop your knees all the way down to the mat, to your tabletop position. You're going to pivot the left foot or left toes out to the side, straighten the right leg, bring your right arm all the way up. Side plank variation. If it feels good to have your hand up over towards the ceiling, you can reach over your head. See how that feels. And then if you want to hover your toes off of the mat, you can do that as well. Really listen to your body. Focus on opening up your chest. I see a lot of people rolling in this pose. We want to open up. Really reach for one side of the room. Let your foot reach for the other, stretching the side body. And then slowly back to center. Come into your tabletop position and then switching sides. We're going to pivot the right foot 90 degrees. Put your weight onto your right hand. Bring the left arm all the way up. Good. And then you can reach your arm up over your head, a little deeper stretch. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your legs. Maybe hover the left toes off of the mat. Or keep them down and just enjoy the stretch. Reach that arm over your head. Reach those legs, engaging your muscles. And then slowly come back into your tabletop position. We're going to rotate our hips as we drop our belly down. Nice and organic movements. A little bit of head movement too. In a circle formation. So hips go in a circle clockwise. Your head can go in the other direction and then switch. We're dropping the belly, doing some movement with our ribs, our hips, our back. Don't hold your breath. Keep breathing through this movement. And then back to center, tuck your toes, come into your downward facing dog. Let's take 2 breaths here. Hips are high. Another breath in. And out. And then lift your heels, bend your knees. Do a little walk, hop, or step to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Fingers aligned with the toes. Take a second and a pause to pull your head in closer towards your knees. Try to keep your legs straight. And then from here, we're going to pick up our right foot, step it back. Let's start with a low lunge. So we're going to drop our right knee all the way down. Inhale, lift up. So we have our knee over our ankle, hands on either side of our left leg, hips are square. We have our right legs, right knee on the mat. Just hold, bring your chest forward. Feel this opening in your hips. And then if it feels good, you can lift yourself up, putting a little bit more weight on your back knee. You could always protect that back knee if you feel like it's too painful. Little back bend, maybe bring one arm up and the other. Take a nice inhale as you look up towards the sky or the ceiling. Exhale, lower both hands all the way down. Put all of your weight onto, not all of your weight, but put your weight onto your right hand and reach your left arm back. So now we're looking towards the right foot. Good. Shift your hips back. Lift your left foot. Try to grab the top of your left foot and then sink back down into the lunge. And open up that shoulder. Look over your left shoulder. And then slowly try to pull, maybe pull the left knee in towards your glutes. Sorry, it's the right foot in. And then slowly release the right foot all the way down. Reach the arm all the way up into the inside of the left leg. Bring the left foot to the outer edge. And we're going to move from side to side in our lizard pose. Chest forward. And then tuck the right toes and straighten the right leg. So we're in our lizard pose. Both hands are on the inside of the left foot, or they can be all the way down. If that's in your practice, you could bring your elbows, forearms down to the mat. And then we're going to drop the left knee down, walk your hands back, come into your half split with your left toes lifted, hips are square. And from here, I like to do a little bit of wrist movement, so it feels good to sometimes come on your knuckles if you can. See how that feels. Maybe bring the backs of your hands down, fingers facing towards each other, keeping that left foot flexed and hips square. Nice inhale, one more time. Exhale, bring yourself a little bit closer to your left leg. And then walk your hands forward. Let's tuck the back toe, straighten the back leg. Now we're in our runner's lunge. Take a nice inhale. And exhale. And let's bring both hands just below the left knee once more. This is, you feel confident enough to come up, lift up. Keep that back leg straight. See if you could sink a little bit deeper into this lunge. And then dropping both hands down to the mat, take the left leg, send it back into your high plank position. Pedal out your knees, so bending one knee and the other. And then nice and slowly, we're going to slowly start to lift our hips up towards the ceiling and end up in our downward facing dog. Your next inhale, lift your heels off of the mat, bend your knees, do a little walk or jump to the top. Inhale halfway. Exhale, lower. Take a pause with your fingers aligned with the toes. Drop your head towards your knees. And then picking up the left foot, step it back, low lunge, dropping the left knee down. Inhale, bring your chest forward. And then place your left hand down onto the mat and reach the right arm back towards the left foot this time. Reach, reach, reach. And then shift your hips back just a little bit. Bend the left knee, grab onto the top of the left foot, and then sink back down into that lunge. Look over your right shoulder. Breathe through the discomfort. Can be intense. Good. And then slowly release. Bring the right arm all the way up into the inside of the right foot. You could bring the right foot out to the side, a little bit of movement, rocking, opening up our hips in our lizard pose. You could be on your hands, or again, you can drop your elbows down, forearms down. Let the right knee fall to the right side. And then come back up onto your hands if you're not already there. Tuck your left toes, straighten the left leg. Bring the right arm to the outer edge or the right side of your right foot. And hold. Take a nice breath in and out. Good. Take the right foot, send it back into your high plank position, and then walk out your feet, bending one knee and the other until you end up in your downward facing dog. From our downward facing dog, we're going to roll ourselves forward into our high plank position, and then we're going to drop our knees. Hips go down, we're coming right into our upward facing dog, and then melt yourself all the way down nice and slow with your elbows in, so a little bit of strength here in the arms. Lift up into your upward facing dog once more. Inhale up, and then back to your downward facing dog. One more time, rolling forward. Drop your knees down and your hips come up, upward facing dog. Slowly lower your belly all the way down. Let your head do a little touch on the mat. And then lifting up, upward facing dog. Tuck your toes or roll over your toes into your downward facing dog. Nice deep breath in, maybe a sigh of release. Slowly bring your right leg up, three-legged dog. Take a nice inhale. Reach that right leg, the right foot all the way up. And then bend the right knee. Let both heels be heavy. Open up the hip. And then exhale, lower the right leg all the way down. Lifting the left leg all the way up, nice and straight. And then bend the left knee, open up the hip. Get that knee nice and high towards the ceiling. And then slowly lower down. Drop your knees all the way down to the mat. Have your knees together for a narrow child's pose. Bring your chest all the way down. Rock from side to side. Reach your fingertips forward. One breath here. Then I want you to take your hands, bring them towards your feet, so all the way down. And then let both shoulders just drop. Drop them down towards your mat. Drop your head, drop your chin. And then from here, we're going to come into our rabbit pose. So if you're experiencing any sort of, first of all, if you have a neck injury, don't do this. But if you have a little bit of neck pain and tension, it can feel really good. So we're going to come up onto our knees. We're going to grab onto our heels, and we're going to drop our head down all the way down, like we're going to prepare for a headstand. And then we're going to rock our body forward with our hands on our heels, and we're going to be pulling our body forward. So the hips are going towards the top of the mat. We're opening up our shoulders. Good. And then let's bring our hands down to our side, and we're going to drop our head down, and we're just going to forward and back. Just a little bit of pressure on our head. This is really good if you are practicing for your headstand. Getting your head used to the feeling and the sensation of going up into a headstand, which we are going to try. And then slowly come up onto your knees. We're going to bring your hands just below your back, push your hips forward. And then tuck your toes, or you can keep them down if you're super flexible. Reach your right hand towards your right heel. Bring the left arm all the way up. Push your hips forward. Little camel back bend. And then come all the way up to center, switch sides. Bring the right arm up and up back. And then all the way up to center. If you want to try both, you can drop your feet down, maybe shift back a little bit, and then bring your chest forward. Look up. Good. And then slowly come up back into your tabletop position. A little bit of movement here, nice and soft, just to stabilize and get the spine back to neutral. Shift your hips over to the left side and look over your left shoulder. And then back to center, shift the hips to the right, look over your left. Back to center. Now we're gonna go into our headstand. If it's not in your practice, maybe try some dolphin poses, or you can always try this against a wall or have somebody that you trust maybe help you out and hold your legs. So let's start by crossing our hands. Bring your elbows forward, and then we're gonna wanna clasp our hands together with our pinky forward, and we're gonna rest our head down onto the mat. Now, most of the weight is going to be on our elbows and not necessarily our head. And then when you're ready, you can try to lift one foot and the other, and eventually have both feet nice and straight, both legs nice and straight up towards the ceiling. Just focus on your breath. And then slowly make your way down. You can pause the video if you want to try that a little bit more. I'll show you dolphin pose in case you forget. So you can interlace your fingers or keep both hands down. Come into a low plank. Everybody can try this because it's really good for the core. And then you're going to lift your hips up nice and high. So we're strengthening our shoulders here, which is what we need when we are doing our headstand. So go ahead and drop your hips down to low plank, hips high. Exhale, lower. Lift your hips up, your dolphin. Exhale, lower. And then lower your hips all the way down. Nice sweet transition to your Sphinx pose. Shoulders away from the ears. And then slowly drop yourself all the way down. And then come up back into your downward facing dog. Lift your heels, bend your knees, walk, jump or step to the top of the mat. Inhale halfway. Exhale, lower. From here, pick up your right foot and let's send it back really far. This is like a wide pyramid pose. Reach your fingertips forward. You drop that back heel. And then we're gonna pivot the back ankle and we're gonna come right into your triangle pose. So open up your right arm up towards the ceiling, bring the left arm up your shin. So it's like you're between the two panes of glass. Look up, reach up. Then on your next inhale, come all the way up and over. Let's reverse our triangle, bringing our arm either behind our back or slide it down the right leg. And come all the way back down. Let's come into our warrior two. Hold this nice, beautiful stance, this pose. Sink a little bit deeper. Let's get a little bit of strength into our legs here. And then flip both palms. Inhale, reach all the way up to the center. Pivot the foot. We're going to go right into our warrior two on the other side. Bending the knee. So we're bending our right knee this time. Relax your shoulders. Good, and then we're going to straighten the front leg. We're just reversing everything that we did. Reach all the way back into your reverse triangle. Right arm up over your head. Let the left arm fall down your left leg or wrap it around behind you. And then we're just going to slowly come forward, reach ourselves as much as we can, drop our hand all the way down, come into your full triangle pose. Like you're in that toaster, nice and flat. Reach up, look up. And then take that right hand, reach it all the way forward towards your right foot. We're going to pivot the back heel so that we're kind of in a very wide pyramid pose. Reach your hands towards the top of the mat, drop your head down. And then walk your hands forward. We're going to end up in a wide-legged forward fold. So bring your feet nice and wide, bend your knees, maybe your elbows are down on the mat, and just sway from side to side. Another option is to have your hands on the mat and sway from side to side here. You can walk both hands over towards the right and over towards the left. Let's let gravity do the work here. Just slowly open up your hips. Maybe lifting one toe off of them, one set of toes off the mat and the other as you bend from one side to the next. Then we're going to reach our fingertips forward, heel toe your feet about a little bit wider than your shoulders. Grab on to your ankles, pull yourself in towards this fold. Legs nice and straight. Good, and then slowly release and come to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Nice inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower down. Bending both knees. Drop yourself down and lie down and give yourself a nice head to toe stretch. Deep breath in and out. Another breath in. Like somebody's reaching or pulling your hands up over your head and pulling your toes. And then bring both knees in towards your chest, grabbing your legs, maybe a little baby rock from side to side. Just relaxing your shoulders and your head down on the mat. And then just grab your left knee or shin and then extend your right leg all the way down. Let's flex both feet in your wind release pose. We're going to do a little bit of gentle rotation with the left knee. So bringing the knee to the inside and then down, and then a little bit to the out, opening up the hips. Let this feel good on your lower back. And then slowly straightening the left leg, taking both hands either behind your knee, your shin, your ankle, wherever it feels good. Just make sure your shoulders are still grounded on your mat. As well, your right leg is straight on the mat. Take a nice inhale, try to get those toes up over your head. Maybe you can grab onto your toes. I didn't even know I could do that. And then slowly bend your left knee and drop your leg all the way down. Just take a moment and a pause to see how your left hip feels compared to your right. And then switch sides. Bend your right knee, bring it in towards your chest, pull it in, hug it in. Then those nice circles, bring the knee out to the side, up and around. Side, up and around. One more time, nice and slow. And then slowly straightening the right leg. Good. Reach those arms up. Try to reach towards your ankle or foot. Right leg is straight. Keep your shoulders down, grounded on the mat. And hold. And then slowly release all the way down. Bend both knees. Have your feet find the mat and lift up into a bridge. Roll your shoulders, interlacing your fingers for a bind behind. Lift your hips up, squeeze your glutes. And then we're going to transition into our shoulder stand here. A fun way to do it is just by bending your elbows and bringing your hands up behind your lower back. And then you could slowly bring one knee and the other. And then you can start just by bringing the knees in towards your head. Maybe start with the plow. See how this feels, straightening one leg and the other. You can bring your feet a little bit wider apart. It can be a little bit easier to touch behind your head. And I'm going to come a little bit closer towards my mat so you could see. So just be playful with this one, especially if you're just starting out. You want to bring your elbows in, hands on your lower back. Try to bring your hands a little bit closer towards your neck. And then you can slowly start to straighten your legs. And then to come up to a full shoulder stand, you're going to straighten one leg and then the other towards the ceiling. And from here, you could try to lower one leg down. So you could try by bringing your right leg all the way down and up, left leg all the way down and up. Maybe you want to bring your knees in towards your chest. Maybe you want to bring your knees from one side to the other. See if you can come into your plow pose. So your knees by your ears. And then slowly lower all the way down. Let both knees fall over to the right side. Give yourself a nice little twist, reaching both arms from one side to the other. And then look over your left shoulder. And then slowly back up to center. Let both knees fall over to the left side, reaching your right arm out. Look over towards your right hand. And back up to center. Give yourself another full body stretch. Bring your knees into your chest. And then slowly release your legs down, your arms by your side. Let both feet fall from one side to the other. Really surrender into this pose. Bring your arms out to the side, 45-degree angle. Let both feet fall from one side to the other. And just focus on your breath. A few moments to yourself in your Shavasana. Deep breath in. and out. Relaxing your head, your shoulders, your arms. Relax your hands, your chest, your abdomen. Relaxing your glutes, your hips, your legs, your knees, your shins, and your toes. Let everything from the top of your head to the tips of your toes fully relax. You're fully relaxed. If you want to stay in your Shavasana, please do. If you want to close the practice with me, slowly and gently start to wiggle your hands and your feet. A little bit of movement in your wrists. Reaching both arms up over your head. Another little stretch. And then rolling over to your fetal position, taking a little pause here. Being mindful about how you feel mentally. And then pushing your hands in towards the ground. Come into a comfortable seated position, sitting up nice and tall, placing both hands onto your heart. As we come together, we give thanks and gratitude for this beautiful practice, for our healthy bodies and our minds. May we take this positive energy that we now have and share it with all those that we love. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.